Hey everybody, welcome to this edition of eChannel News. We've got Tarique Mustafa. He's a founder of Chorology, and we're going to dig into exactly what this company does. Looks like some interesting things around data compliance and a whole bunch of stuff. So let's start learning. Tarique, welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing good. How are you?
Very, very good. Well, let's just jump into this. I know you've got a lot of other things you do in the space, but what is Chorology? What do you guys do?
Chorology. Okay, this is a typical Silicon Valley high-tech startup in the area of cybersecurity, more specifically in the area of data compliance and cybersecurity combined together. So the product that we have, what it does is that basically it enables the enterprise to discover where in the large enterprise data sprawl their compliance sensitive and security sensitive data resides, and is that safe or not? Is it complying with the government and regulatory organizations mandates such as GDPR, CCP, and all of those things or not? This is a very uphill battle for enterprises and businesses right now, especially given the spread of newly emerging compliance requirements mandates ever since GDPR was enforced in Europe about, I believe, 8 or 9 years ago. In the United States, pretty much most of the states have their own similar type of compliance and security mandate that the enterprise has to follow.
Yes, we know this well, and it is something that's very difficult for companies to figure out, right? I mean, look, they've got data everywhere. They don't
Right.
even know what they have. They don't even know where it is. As a matter of fact, most of them, when you do a data discovery, they go, huh, I did not know we had data there,
Exactly.
here,
Yeah.
and there, right?
Right.
What is the challenge for these companies, Tariq?
So to put it very succinctly, there are three major challenges there for the enterprise. Number one, how to find out exactly what type of data, where in their huge enterprise sprawl of data repositories and data storage and endpoint, where does the data reside and what type of data resides where. So that is the very first and the foremost challenge, because unless you know where your data is, you cannot do anything about it. You cannot protect it. You cannot assure any kind of compliance guarantees or any such thing, right? That is problem number one. Huge problem. Number two is that once you have found out where the data is and what is where, how to basically take remediation and take steps to implement the different functionalities that need to be imposed on those data storage systems or wherever, or data containers, wherever the data is residing. That is right now a very manual process, okay? And it takes a long time, very error prone, and results in a very high cost of service. So these two are the biggest problems. And then there's a third problem as well, which is how do you map your data so that on a continuous basis you can do this thing without having to go through the same process of repeating the same cycle every time an average consumer says that, tell me what do you know about me,
Mm.
okay? Or delete my data, or don't sell my data, don't profile me behaviorally speaking vis-a-vis my internet hopping characteristics or my purchasing characteristics. Just delete. Even the right to be forgotten. All of these things are mandated by these compliance requirements now. So the thing is that how to assure that all of these requests coming from the average consumer is actually implemented in a timely fashion so as to avoid severe penalties and fines by the government and other agencies.
Absolutely. And look,
Threefold problems.
a lot of those are exactly the problems that they're facing with. And you know what? About time, because privacy laws are popping up everywhere. I know Texas just had their own, and it's going to be proliferating in every state.
Mhm.
GDPR has got their own already, and it's going to be everywhere.
Right.
And everybody who is doing business, no matter where you are going to be impacted by these rules. And you better figure out how to, classify your data,
Right.
You can change it and at least know where it is and know how to delete
Mhm.
people, or at least know, sometimes when you get breached, you want to know how bad it is.
Absolutely.
What's the
Absolutely.
data?
And talking about classification, so discovery in our product, um, discovery and classification happen simultaneously, which reduces the time it takes normally with other previous approaches, which is a major breakthrough in our product. And also the granularity of classification. See, one thing is just saying that, oops, this is an important piece of data, or saying that this is healthcare related data. And another thing is that who should have access to that data and who should not have access to that data. That requires much, much finer level of granularity in two modes. Okay. Security based classification, which is like this is public, private, or whatever, versus what we call the semantic based classification or topical classification, meaning that this data pertains to HR related information. This pertains to HIPAA related information. This is banking information. This is mission critical IP related information, so on and so forth. That level of granularity and wide spectrum capability is not possible, was not possible till very recently. That's why we actually built the product and, to address the need.
And Tariq, even, for AI, right? You've got to be careful what you're putting up there in AI, right? And you can't put all your data
Yes.
in AI because it was the fastest way to the death squad, I believe, So
Right.
you got to manage, you got to know what you're putting up, right? And that's what can
Exactly.
actually help.
Exactly. Exactly. Otherwise, somebody will come and basically crawl your repository and basically make a lot of money out of this by further training their ChatGPT style
With
of
your
things.
data and all
Okay,
your
yeah,
customers.
at the expense of your data and your consumers' data, right? And you would not even know. So these are all major issues, especially with the advent of these the ChatGPT style
Yeah,
services.
for sure. So just give me a sense that, Tariq. I'm an MSP. I got a customer. By the way, MSP should run this on their own systems, first of
Yes,
all, so they
right.
can know what the hell they're dealing with. So they
Mhm,
got a customer, bring to you what is involved from their end, and what do
mhm.
you do for them? How do they make this work?
Sure. So that's a very good question because when we were conceptualizing the product, um, we in our architecture we kept our architecture very very open so that it can be deployed both on-prem by the enterprise IT itself as well as by MSSPs, managed service providers, and channels, right? So the architecture is very open and it very well suited for MSP style of deployment. This can also be offered as a SaaS. So all they need to do is that basically um, install our software servers. Not I'm not talking about hardware and access servers. Okay? And on their SOC center or their data center, or from Amazon if they are leasing the space from Amazon or whatever. Depends upon the type and the size of the MSSP, right? It is pretty much plug and play. You just install it on your system and you start the system, let it boot up. It automatically configures a lot of things through via auto configuration, and then minimal amount of configuration is required. So an MSP will have a list of all the different repositories that their customer has, right? So just point and click to those repositories. It's that simple. And then the system goes to work when you click the start button.
Hmm.
It connects to all of those repositories automatically, and then it scores through the massive amount of databases and data files, structured, unstructured, semi-structured, and not even non-structured. That is a very important thing, loosely speaking. Okay,
Hmm.
and meaning that the information that you don't even know what type of information you have and how to even define that information for the system to go and look for. Major issue in data discovery. All of those things happen automatically. System provides in a SOC style and data centric style dashboard the capability for the channels to define MSSPs to define to either select from a wide variety of predefined data items that come predefined with the system. Just click, 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 such as whatever PCI, PII, banking information, whatever. All it takes is click on that checkbox. And you can also define new types of objects. We call them knowledge objects. Very, very, very advanced AI-based technology and concept. So all it takes is for the initial setup is less than, depending upon the size of the enterprise, of course, maybe less than a few hours. Okay, and just click the start. It goes to work.
Okay.
The efficacy and the efficiency and scalability factor is very high. So, for example, let's suppose if very high volumes such as a petabyte of data will require, let's suppose, 100 hours of processing by the existing technologies. In our system, it will take maybe a couple of hours.
Wow.
The difference is that drastic in terms of performance.
Interesting.
And right now, all our algorithms, everything is implemented in software on pretty much standard hardware. But in the next version that we have already started implementing, version 2.0 of Chorology's product, it's called CAPE. Okay, it's an abbreviation for compliance and security posture enforcement.
Interesting.
So rest of the process, like I said, is pretty automatic. Auto classification is done automatically. It's a dual mode classification, like I mentioned earlier. And auto tagging of the contents if you wish to tag the content, so as to avoid any manual malicious act of misclassification, which is a very huge problem. All of these things are taken care of automatically, and then you see on the dashboard as the process is executing. And when the whole process is done, then it gives you the results, all kind of analytics, what is where. It draws very elaborate graphical representation of the entire sprawl of data repositories for your for MSSP's customer. Okay, and you just point and click, and you see what type of data, what sensitivity level, what compliance mandate applicability is there. Okay. And all of those things are summarized, and you can, of course, create very detailed reports as well. So this is one set of thing, which is, like I said, very, very pretty much within a matter of few hours.
Got it. Big question here. Let's say I'm allowing, I see some data that I just don't want in my system anymore. Is there a way to make sure I erase that so it's gone permanently forever and ever?
Yes, absolutely. And that's a very good question. So there are two aspects to that particular scenario. Okay. One is that the enterprise or their channel partners, such as their MSSP, discovers on their behalf that on certain storage system, which is violating the compliance mandate by not being safe enough or not being behind the firewall or whatever. Okay, and the decision is made that this should be actually deleted, or there's duplicate data, whatever that needs to be freed up. Okay, then it provides the capability to the either enterprise IT, if it is an on-prem, or through MSSP, the MSSP staff, to pretty much, again, from a drop-down menu, pick and choose what they want to do with that one. Delete it, okay, encrypt it, move it to a safer location, okay, obfuscate it, anonymize it, whatever they want to do. So a whole slew of actions are there. Okay, so this is a major feature in our product, which other competing product, previously existing products, did not offer. Second aspect to the same problem is when the consumer calls in to, let's suppose, Amazon or Google or eBay or whatever, and says that, tell me, what do you know about me? Okay, so whether deployed through the MSSP or on-prem, very, very quickly, we have automated this. This is called DSR, Data Service Request, or DSAR, okay? Data Service Access, sorry, Data Subject Request and Data Subject Access Request. in the lingo of compliance mandates. And the enterprise or the MSSP who is acting on behalf of the enterprise, they are required by law, by legislation, to service that request within a matter of, I think, a few days. So coming up with the exact precise location of that information and the content of that information, telling that to the consumer who requested that in a timely fashion is also pretty much a point and click operation in our system. Then let's suppose the next thing is the consumer says, okay, just delete all my information and send me a report guaranteeing that you have deleted all my information. That kind of delete is very problematic. Because see what happens there is enterprise has spent billions and billions of dollars, okay, implementing business intelligence software, data lake software, big data, right? Billions of dollars for behavioral profiling, for the business intelligence. So just consumer demanding that delete my data or do not profile my behavior is a major loss for the enterprise that has invested in billions of dollars for those business analytics systems, right? So what to do there? There's already pushback from the enterprise, okay, against those kind of things, and there's a battle already emerging between the governments and the mandates and the enterprise. I spent billions of dollars. Why did not you tell me earlier? Now you're telling me that I let go of my billions of dollars of investment in my BI and business analytics, because BI means customer profiling, right? So that you can cross sell, side sell, or upsell, downsell, whatever. So our system provides multiple options to pick from as remedial processes without completely messing up the pre-existing very intricate, okay, web of applications that are dependent upon those pieces of data. All of a sudden you go and delete that information, all those applications will break down. Even database will break down, schema of database will break down. So we have automated this process by our AI based technology. We have very important patents issued recently in that area. We are very proud of that, and that gives us another feather in our cap as a major differentiator for our product compared to what existed previously. Does that make sense?
Yes, because at some point, I mean, if you delete the data, obviously you have to delete the customer data request, right?
Yes.
But the data footprint, right? Removing the customer identifiers, right?
Exactly.
Still allows the application to function, right?
Yes. But what happens is that you need to be very careful, because if the reverse process is also a simple click of a button in the GUI, there's a problem, right?
Yes.
So the thing is that the anonymization and obfuscation must guarantee a certain level of confidence that it is an irreversible process.
Yeah.
And that's where some of our core algorithms, are.
Yes, of course. And I mean, this is only going to become a growing problem, and enterprise can kick and scream all they want, but it's consumer driven. And I think they've abused the consumer data to a point where
Absolutely.
it's way, way over the top.
Yes.
And it's intolerable at this moment. And of course, there's going to be even more challenges because I think, customers are going to be able to file lawsuits against companies.
Oh, absolutely. Big time. Big time. And we actually did thought leadership piece on that one. And I'll ask Jim to email it to you. Maybe you will find that interesting to read. Precisely covering all of these issues. And the things that we call them ambulance chasers, lawyer community is very, very efficient. And then all of a sudden you see, actually, I've seen already that late night TV, Larry Parker style of law firm advertising. If your data has been violated, please call such and such or such a law firm, such and such number.
We are your data protectors.
Exactly.
Good stuff.
So, yeah.
So, obviously this is a problem that has emerged, that has been brewing for quite some time, obviously, right? And it is a big, complicated task
Right.
probably one of the biggest complicated
Mhm.
things to do in computing,
Yes.
for obvious reasons, because data sprawl is just insane. I think no company is able to immediately say where their data is or how much they have. And
Mhm.
most companies, from what I've seen, when they run these discoveries, even basic discoveries, they just scratch their heads and they go, I did not know I had that much
Exactly. Yeah.
data
Mhm.
different places. So important stuff, my friend. I'll leave you with the last word. What do you want, Tarique, the channel partners to know about uh, chronology?
Chorology. Okay. So I like channel partners to know that the main features and functions which are missing in previous pre-existing applications, we have solved those issues. And this is a system which is built from the ground up for deployment on a SaaS or MSSP style service offering. So we have made their life very easy, and they should try it out and see how they feel about this. We will be very, very open to providing a test system to any MSSP that wants to test it, and also help them in their solutions provisioning. We have very intense channel training program that we have put together to train our channel partners, and we are going to actually announce some big channel partnerships in the near future over the next few weeks. So the likes of the top big four, big five system integrators and channels that we have signed up business contracts with. So this is a very good product, and it will be through channel news. I would like to tell the channel partners to try it out and see how they feel about this.
Good stuff. So, what's the website address for them to learn more and sign up?
Sure. From our website, you can find a lot of information. It's Chorology, CHOROLOGY.ai. Okay. And also, there, if you send an email on any of the info or support, that will come to our VP marketing and the team here and channel partnership team here. And we will immediately respond and provide more information, whatever is needed.
Great. Well, Tarique, this is a big problem. Congratulations on solving a big problem.
Thank
And
you.
we look forward to hearing what the channel has to say. So keep us posted how things are coming along. A pleasure.
Sure.
Cheers.
Nice to talk with you. Thank you very much.
All right.